Former Teen Mom star Jenelle Evans has sent her son, Jace, off to live with his estranged father in Florida. Andrew Lewis was featured on her 16 and Pregnant episode, but then was MIA from their son's life. So why did she choose to send Jace off? Keep reading for more details. Jenelle Evans ships Jace off to live with Dad. For most of Jace's life, he lived with his grandmother, Barbara. Jenelle Evans had turned custody over to her as she loved to party and was not equipped to be a mother. This all played out on Teen Mom, as did her various romances. She had another son with Nathan Griffith and a daughter with David Eason, who she ended up marrying. In early 2023, Jenelle regained custody of Jace, but he ran away 3 times in 2 months. He also alleged that David had assaulted him, and eventually, Jenelle left her husband. Jenelle Evans, David Eason, she moved her kids to Las Vegas, but it was not a great situation. Her son, Kaiser, was sent to live with his grandma in Nashville, but that was short-lived. Jenelle then called the cops on Jace twice, but he disputed that he did anything wrong. He maintained that his mother was lying and sent out SOS messages. Now, Jenelle has taken drastic action and sent him to live with his father, Andrew Lewis, in Florida. Allegedly, while Jenelle was planning her big divorce party, Jace ran away. Jace ran away last week and was missing. Andrew and Barbara were aware. That seems to have been the final straw, and a judge determined that Jace could go live with his father. They had been speaking over the last year, so it was not as if the Teen Mom alum sent her son to some random person. Andrew was also allegedly very worried when Jace went MIA, so his home was clearly the next choice since he rebelled against his mother and grandmother. Although he looked happy when he was staying with Barbara, Jace was still struggling. Is this the best choice? Jenelle Evans just opened up about meeting Andrew Lewis on social media and him being 6 years older than her. The former Teen Mom star noted that she would never be happy if her children did the same thing with a younger girl. As of now, this seems to be the best choice, but only temporary, per an insider. Jenelle put Jace on a plane on Friday, and he has been with Andrew since. It's the summertime, and as of now, it's a temporary situation, so Jace doesn't need to be enrolled in school at the moment. The timing worked out that he doesn't have to start a new school immediately. But Andrew has begun the process of looking into where Jace may possibly enroll. After this news broke, what did fans and followers have to say? They seemed happy that Jace was with anyone else but Jenelle. Anyone else but her. At the same time, some were concerned about Jace living with someone he barely knew. They did not know if this was the best decision, but time will tell. Hopefully, she will give an update sooner rather than later. Jenelle Evans sends son Jace to estranged father in Florida, a desperate move amidst runaway incidents and allegations. Former Teen Mom star Jenelle Evans has once again made headlines with the controversial decision regarding her eldest son, Jace. After a tumultuous period marked by Jace running away multiple times and serious allegations against her husband, David Eason, Jenelle has reportedly sent Jace to live with his estranged biological father, Andrew Lewis, in Florida. This drastic move has sparked a fresh wave of debate among fans, raising questions about Jace's well-being, the long-term implications of such a decision, and the tumultuous history between Jenelle and Andrew. The relationship between Jenelle and Jace has been a central and often heartbreaking storyline since Jenelle's debut on 16 and Pregnant. Almost immediately after Jace's birth in 2009, Jenelle, admitting she was ill-equipped for motherhood, signed over custody to her mother Barbara. For the better part of Jace's life, he resided with his grandmother, a period extensively documented on Teen Mom amidst Jenelle's various relationships and personal struggles. Her romantic entanglements included relationships that led to the birth of 2 more children, Kaiser with ex-fiancé Nathan Griffith and Ensley with her now estranged husband, David Eason. A brief reunion, escalating troubles, and a dramatic split. In a significant development in early 2023, Jenelle finally regained full custody of Jace from Barbara, a victory she celebrated publicly. However, the newfound living arrangement quickly deteriorated. Reports emerged that Jace had run away from home 3 times in just 2 months, signaling deep-seated issues within the household. These incidents were compounded by alarming allegations from Jace himself, who claimed that David Eason had physically assaulted him. These accusations led to a police investigation and, ultimately, a dramatic separation between Jenelle and Eason. Jenelle reportedly moved with her children to Las Vegas, seeking a fresh start. This period also saw more upheaval for her children, with her son Kaiser reportedly being sent to live with his grandmother, Nathan Griffith's mother, in Nashville for a short time. The situation with Jace, however, remained particularly volatile. Jenelle publicly admitted to calling the police on Jace on 2 separate occasions, citing his disruptive behavior. Jace, in turn, vehemently disputed his mother's claims, maintaining his innocence and sending out what fans perceived as SOS messages, pleading for help and asserting that his mother was fabricating stories. The final straw: Jace runs away again in a judge's decision. The tipping point, it seems, came recently when Jace ran away yet again. According to sources close to the situation, Jace went missing for a period, with both Andrew Lewis and Barbara Evans reportedly aware of his disappearance. This latest incident appears to have been the final straw for all parties involved, leading to a pivotal decision. Jace ran away last week and was missing. Andrew and Barbara were aware, an insider revealed. This critical event seemingly prompted a judge to intervene, leading to the determination that Jace could go live with his biological father, Andrew Lewis, in Florida. While Andrew has largely been absent from Jace's life since his birth, Jenelle confirmed that father and son have been speaking and rebuilding a relationship over the past year. This crucial detail suggests that Jace was not sent to a complete stranger, but rather to a biological parent with whom he had recently established some form of contact. Andrew Lewis himself reportedly expressed significant concern when Jace went missing, indicating his willingness and capacity to care for his son. His home in Florida was seemingly deemed the logical next choice, especially given Jace's continued struggles and apparent rebellion against both Jenelle and Barbara, despite his outward appearance of happiness while staying with his grandmother. Is this the best choice? Temporary arrangement and fan reactions. Jenelle recently delved into her past relationship with Andrew Lewis on social media, revealing that he was 6 years her senior when they met. She candidly reflected on this age gap, stating that she would never be happy if her own children engaged in a similar relationship with a younger girl, a comment that drew its own share of criticism and discussion about her past choices. As for Jace's current living situation, an insider suggests it is a temporary arrangement. Jenelle put Jace on a plane on Friday, and he has been with Andrew since. It's the summertime, and as of now, it's a temporary situation, so Jace doesn't need to be enrolled in school at the moment. The timing worked out that he doesn't have to start a new school immediately. But Andrew has begun the process of looking into where Jace may possibly enroll. This detail suggests a more considered, albeit still uncertain, plan for Jace's future. The news of Jace's move to Florida has generated a strong reaction from Teen Mom fans and followers, many of whom have expressed a long-standing concern for his well-being. A significant portion of the fan base simply expressed relief that Jace is no longer living with Jenelle or David Eason. Anyone else but her, was a common sentiment, reflecting years of witnessing the tumultuous and often chaotic environment Jace endured under Jenelle's care. However, a more nuanced perspective also emerged. While many are relieved Jace is out of a seemingly volatile situation, there is also considerable concern about him living with a father he barely knows. Questions have been raised about Andrew's stability, his parenting skills, and his capacity to provide the consistent structure and emotional support a troubled teenager like Jace desperately needs. They did not know if this was the best decision. But time will tell, one fan remarked, encapsulating the cautious optimism mixed with apprehension. The hope is that Jenelle will provide timely updates on Jace's adjustment and progress in his new environment. Andrew Lewis, The ghost of 16 and pregnant past. Andrew Lewis' re-entry into Jace's life is a significant development given his minimal presence over the years. He was prominently featured in Jenelle's 16 and pregnant episode, but quickly became MIA, missing in action, from their son's life, a factor that heavily contributed to Barbara gaining custody. His sudden return to active parenting, even if temporary, raises questions about his past absence and his current readiness to take on such a substantial responsibility, particularly with a teenager who has experienced significant trauma and instability. The fact that Andrew has been reportedly speaking with Jace over the last year suggests a conscious effort to build a relationship, which is a positive sign.